The heavy tank is my favourite and most effective vehicle in Battlefield 1, so I thought it might be helpful to do a quick guide and share some hints and tips to get the best out of this metal death dealing beast. I find the best variant to use is the original assault version with the instant repair and smoke screen, both very useful for when you get into firefights or for getting out of trouble. Your first and main priority as a tanker is to keep that tank alive. You may feel very powerful in your big metal box, but you'll be turned into a burning pile of scrap metal if you run into a couple of assault players who know what they're doing, or a field gun, or enemy armour, or an enemy artillery truck. What this means in practical terms is that you should only be going in close on objectives if you've got the support of friendly infantry to take out enemy assault players. If you're by yourself, hammer the objective from a safe distance, and only get on the flag if you're sure there's no enemy infantry around. If enemy infantry do turn up, by all means engage them, but be prepared to retreat in the face of superior numbers. To take out infantry, keep using your main gun, and don't switch to the canister or scattershot, but aim for the ground in front of the soft targets, and the splash damage from your high explosive main shells will do the job. To keep yourself and your tank alive, spotting incoming enemies is just as important as firing at them, and this is another reason to stay with friendly infantry, because they will happily take out infantry or vehicles that you've spotted. Remember how you behave when you play as infantry when you hear an enemy tank approaching. So fire shells through the windows of buildings, into walls, into overgrowth, and that'll take out anyone who may be hiding. Take close attention to the screen to see when you've hurt but not killed someone, and then follow up with another round to finish them off. To be successful with a powerful but slow firing main gun on the heavy tank, you've got to get into and learn its rhythm, the speed at which it reloads. In between shots you have to be patient and keep tracking targets, but keep an eye on that reload bar and make that shell count when it becomes available. Now, the heavy tank is most effective against soft targets, but you will come up against enemy armour, and always remember that your first and main priority is to keep that tank alive, so be prepared to retreat if things aren't going your way, and that's where your smoke screen and instant repair come in handy. As soon as you see an enemy armour, be prepared to engage. Winning is decided by a combination of who can get the first shots in, who's the most accurate, who manages their damage, who has infantry support, and who uses cover and their positioning to the best advantage. If they haven't seen you and you can get a couple of good shots square into their tank, you'll probably win, because you'll have them badly damaged and disabled before they can get much damage into you. If you both start firing at the same time, concentrate on accuracy and angle your tank so it's not directly head or side on. That way shells may deflect and cause less damage to you. Pop your instant repair after you take your first hit, and be prepared to use it again as soon as it regenerates. If you can be parked behind some cover or in a shell hole, all the better, and if friendly infantry come to support you, then your odds of winning go up dramatically. If, however, you miss a couple of shots while the enemy is hitting you, don't be afraid to pop that smoke and retreat at full speed. If you are badly damaged for whatever reason, the heavy tank can get up to quite a lick in a straight line, so head to friendly territory, hide behind a building, and start repairing. A faster but higher risk tactic when you're damaged is to jump out of your tank and use your spanner to repair it. This will have your tank back up to health in no time, but you risk having your tank stolen by an enemy or even a friendly. You risk getting shot or getting killed when your tank is hit and explodes anyway. So I'd always recommend dying with your tank rather than risk losing it to the enemy. French assault tanks, artillery trucks and the behemoth tank should scare you, as they have more powerful main guns with better range, so be very, very careful when engaging them. Hit assault tanks from the side, You can take out artillery shots in a few shots if you can surprise them, and I'd recommend staying well clear of the behemoth tank and just drive to a different part of the map. Enemy cavalry can be very tricky to deal with, and if you get someone who knows what they're doing, they'll just keep galloping past you, dropping anti-tank grenades and slowly whittling down your health. If you're near friendly infantry, head towards them and let them take the horse out. Or if you have to engage the horse because you're by yourself, be patient, take a deep breath, track the horse and fire into the ground at its feet, and you should be okay. The key to all of what I've talked about to keep your tank alive and to be an effective part of your team is situational awareness. You should always be trying to only engage the enemy where you, in your tank, have the advantage. And that means taking the time to look around the battlefield to see which flags are captured, where the enemy could be coming from, where friendly infantry is, where you could escape to, and how you could flank the enemy and pound them from afar, or charge in with friendly infantry support and dominate those objectives. So, we've covered a lot of ground in this heavy tank guide. So, to recap what I've talked about, your first and main priority is to keep your tank alive. Only get on objectives with support from friendly infantry. Hammer objective from a distance if you're by yourself. Spotting enemies is just as important as firing at them. Use reconnaissance by fire. Fire at walls, destroy buildings, fire into overgrowth, etc. to take out hiding infantry. Get into and learn the rhythm of the main gun. Learn the time it takes to reload, so as you're tracking enemies you'll know when the next shell is ready to fire. Always be ready to use your instant repair and smoke screen to get out of trouble. Die with your tank rather than giving it up to the enemy. When you come to engage enemy armour, be prepared to retreat. Always try and get the first shot in. Use your fast repair and be very afraid of the French assault tank, artillery trucks, the behemoth tank, and be very aware of horses. Finally, use your situational awareness to judge the best times and places to engage the enemy where you and your tank have the advantage. And remember, your first and main priority is to keep your tank alive. Anyway, that's enough from me. Please put your questions and comments down below. Hit like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you'd like to see more of the same. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
Shock trooper! Spotted a machine gun!
We have taken objective Duff.
Enemy plane moving around.
We have lost objective Charlie. We have taken objective Butter.
Spotted a ship.
We have taken objective Apples. We have taken objective Charlie. We have lost objective Apples. We have lost objective Charlie.
Tank spotted, sailor!
We are losing objective Duff. We have lost objective Butter. We are winning. We are losing objective Edward.
Machine gun right there! Armored car, watch out!